Hey guys, WildHeart here, and today we'll do patch 14.2 rundown, basically the first patch after season beginning was announced and the first updates are here. Well, let's start right away. I want to see what changed because, well, to say the least, patch 14.1 was quite unbalanced. We had many issues with balance, starting with oppressive tanks, finishing it with champs like Katarina, who were one-shotting everything. All the lethality champions are very powerful. All the golder, like support golder abusers were strong. So let's see what changed. I'm so excited about it. Alright, mid-patch updates. Alright, so that's what happened to hotfix. It's weird because I thought the hotfix was more about support items. I didn't even notice there was something about the junglers, to be honest. Rumble ED was increased, E damage was what? Was increased as well. Brand got slightly nerfed. Yeah, that makes sense because Brand was getting these void grabs way too quickly. And Teemo got hotfixed and his E on hit damage was increased as you level the spell. Not too much, but yeah, I mean quite some damage, that's for sure. And Teemo was quite strong last patch. I saw Teemo played on every position aside from ADC, and I think as ADC it was played once as well in AP build. So it was quite popular, and not only on lower ranks, I believe. Well, let's see what patch prepared us. Vanguard is not added to the game yet, but it's announced. So luckily, we're gonna face a brand new league soon. Hopefully without scripters. As the downside, things like Deceive that was used for offline mode will be terminated as well. Skin changers will be terminated as well, and I believe many useful software that we could use initially will be a problem to use in the future as well. However, if it resolves the issue with all descriptors, well, that's a positive trend, that's for sure. I'm not yet sure how appropriate it will be to implement Vanguard to League of Legends, because many people complained about Vanguard in Valorant. Said it's kinda conflicting with their Windows, their operational system, and they just couldn't run the game with Vanguard. I'm really excited to see what will happen with League of Legends, but hopefully no issues like that, because it can be very annoying to deal with software, when you want to play your favorite game and you have these issues with software. It's very annoying. Alright, MMR and matchmaking, that's something interesting. Reducing the amount of games of demotion protection from their boundaries. That's good. This should only affect people who seed promote into the bottom of a rank tier Gold 4, for example Gold 4, and then lose many games in a row. It will make no difference if you've been in the rank for a while. That's very good. That's actually very good, because that will help to avoid people to just destroying their MR for the rest of the season. So if you're at Gold 4 or Plat 4, well, you will demote to lower league, basically division 1 of the lower league at 75 points. But on the bright side, that's not too bad, because it prevents you from tanking your MR too hard. So overall, I love it. Fixed a bug where a small number of Diamond 1 players would sometimes receive negative LP gains, losing more LP on losses than gaining on wins. Unfortunately, while we cannot immediately resolve this issue for existing accounts, the problem will resolve itself with some games, obviously, because MMR, nothing influences MMR, right? It's only about the league points. MMR remains the same as it was with usual players. Fixed a bug where players who would be seeded into Iron 4 were seeded into Iron 2 with negative LP gains. Man, what the hell? What do you even need to do to be seeded to Iron? Like, I can understand how you can be demoted from Bronze to Iron, but how you can even be seeded to Iron after placements? How is it possible? Well, doesn't really matter. Stat chart changes. That's a very good one. That's actually one of the most important things this patch brings us, because now that's like, honestly, that's a massive influence to all the assassin champions. That's a massive buff to all the AP bot lanes, because you just cannot pick two double magic resist runes as you normally been picking as support against double AP bot lanes. For example, let's say Swain and Zerad support, or Swain and Vel'Koz, or Karthus ADC and Zyra support, and so on. You got the idea. Those bot lanes are going to be strong, temporary. However, don't forget the tank items. Tank items, especially against magical damage, are super powerful now, so don't underrate that one as well. But yeah, stat shards. There is no more armor. Instead of armor, we can pick movement speed, and instead of magic resistance, in second slot we can pick HP per level. Those are actually really good changes, because those are not cheat at all. Those are very usable, and I would say that's a very decent replacement. Very fair replacement. It's not worse, it's not better, it's just different, and I really love that one. Row 3. Slot 1 is changed from... Wait, it's not changed. Is it? Yeah, we still have this bonus health per level. Yeah, bonus... it was bonus... Yeah, it was bonus health per level, yeah. Now just base health. Well, base health is nice. Base health is nice. It's basically the replacement to armor and magic resist that you used earlier to survive the all-in. Well, now if you want to survive the all-in early on, if you feel like that enemy bot lane is dangerous, or any other lane is dangerous, right? You just pick base health instead of scaling runes. It's just safer overall. Tenacity and slow resistance is actually a very good choice if you understand really well who you play with and what are weaknesses of your champion. A good example for you that I use myself, for example, when I pick Blitzcrank, I really love this change with slow resist, because with Blitzcrank's W, when you speed up yourself, afterwards you slow yourself, and this slow resist help you to fight this slow. This is a very good change, I believe. That's not a replacement to Mercs, but this is a good option of what you can pick instead of Mercs if you feel like that enemy team is like full AD or almost full AD, so there is no shot you want to buy Mercs, and you get this tenacity instead. Something like that. Slot 3. Magic resistance into bonus health per level. Once again, we can just pick double scaling health runes, however, sometimes it will be too greedy, so keep in mind, one level gives you 10 HP. So, around level 6, around level 7, we get about the same amount of HP that we get with flat HP at level 1. Therefore, if you can survive early without suffering too much on laning phase, if you pick these scaling runes, it's actually a very good choice, because if you combine them together, it's like 360 HP. 360 HP, it's basically Giant's Belt. Getting free Giant's Belt without investing any gold into it, it's very cool. It's actually so good. Jungle Companion. Heal per second is increased from 20 to 35 based on level, to 14 to 37 based on level. That's actually very good, because some junglers were running low on HP even before armor runes were removed. Well, now without armor runes, they would just run low HP over and over again, unless they play something like, I don't know, Briar on Xin Zhao. Yeah, the majority of junglers would just run out of HP, so that's a good solution. I'm really happy that it didn't take them another patch to implement extra regeneration on this pet. Champion Smolder. I don't really want to discuss the champion as long as the champion is not released, honestly. I wanna take my time with release. Let's give it some time. Ahri, E cooldown decreased 2 seconds. That's actually very good. That doesn't really make too much of a change to Ahri, like it doesn't really make Ahri broken. However, overall that's a good change, especially considering the fact that they don't give scaling on her cooldown reduction, right? So that's like basically we get 1 point in E and that's it. And as Ahri, you never max E as far as I know. You always max Q in if the matchup is ranged, right? And if the matchup is melee, you max W. So you never go for E max. So getting like 1 point into it at level 2 or level 3, depending on what you need, right? It's actually a very good thingy. 2 seconds is not too much, but it's like something that can increase her win rate, but by like maybe 0.9%. I can believe that, yeah. Blitzcrank. Base armor decreased, E damage decreased. Honestly, I love the change. As someone who plays Blitzcrank, I love the change because I feel like Blitzcrank was just too tanky, too durable for the champion who doesn't buy any resist, especially early on. I mean, 40 armor at level 1 is kinda nuts, let's be honest with this one. E power fist damage, I don't really see the difference, like you don't really build any AD. I mean, probably these nerf targets, I don't know, those Blitzcranks who were building like 80 items and buying, I mean, not buying, upgrading the support golder item into the Spellblade one. Probably that's the idea, however, I never saw Blitzcrank who buying that one, I mean, upgrading that one. But honestly, I don't see the point in this nerf, because whatsoever, like, no one cares about Blitzcrank AD, and I mean, this nerf is targeting non-support Blitzcranks, right? Like jungle Blitzcrank, maybe top lane Blitzcrank, but what's the point if none of them are like meta? Or I just didn't notice them, I don't know. Probably I just didn't notice them. Man, Briar is getting nerfed once again. I really want them to kill Briar, like seriously, this champion is retarded. I hate this champion from the bottom of my heart to the top of my heart. This is the worst designed champion ever released. She's just too oppressive to play against. Like seriously, even before the nerfs, she was just retardedly broken. After the nerfs, she's still broken. Like she's not even weak. For some reason, I was thinking like, yeah, well, one nerf, maybe 2 nerfs, and Briar will be okay. Shit, no. She got like 3 nerfs in a row or something, and she's still very difficult to play against. Well, let's read what we have as a change. Heal amplification 0.5% per 1% missing health. It's changed to 0.4%. Well, now it scales per bonus health, so they want to build her like Bruiser Briar, and per 1% missing health. So yeah, they want to make Briar playing more Bruiser builds than this lethality one that one-shots everything that she touches. Okay, bleed tick rate 1 second to 0.5 seconds. Total bleed damage and duration aren't changed. Yes, but that's overall that's a buff. Like tick rate speed is a buff because you get the damage done faster, if I get the right. But wait, duration isn't changed. So what's the point if duration isn't changed? Kind of weird. I don't get this one. It's kind of weird. The phrasing is weird. Head rush. Damage is changed. Basically, the AP scaling is added. And honestly, I don't see a reason to it. Like, I don't like when I think about Briar. I don't understand what you can buy with AP scaling for her, like what AP item she can benefit with, like Nasher Tools? Oh well. Defensive reductions. Armor reduction. Oh, now it reduces magic resistance as well. Huh. Q now applies on hit effects and lifesteal. This is actually this one is very strong. Huh. So they don't want to kill the champion apparently. Let's see what happens with W. Heals reduced from... Alright, reduced with scaling. The scaling is reduced. But now... damage deal plus 5% of Briar maximum health. Yeah, they want, like basically Riot tell us that, yo, we don't want to see lethality Briar, we want to see Bruiser Briar. And honestly it can work well. I can see her doing quite solid in the games if she builds like something like how it's called? Divine Sky? The new item that replaces Divine Thunder. Less critical strikes. W no longer critically strikes. God fucking bless, man. This was not normal at all. No, W can still critically strike like a basic attack for 100% total AD. Well, it still sucks, but it's better than it was. Let's put it like that. Camille. Base health is increased by 25, whatever. Can help to survive one more hit, but not really big of a deal. Passive, adaptive defenses. Cooldown 20, 15, 10 seconds, change to 18, 14, 10 seconds. So they buff her early game and they don't want to get her more stats, more like free shields later on. That makes sense. That's actually a very smart change, I would say. Like, we got to be honest about the changes. This is a very smart change. Bonus movement speed on precision protocol. So, man, I love the changes on Camille. That's actually a very smart way to buff the champion without making it overtuned. Like, Camille is a very great champion overall, like, considering the champion's design. Like, she has stun, she has peak ability, she has speed push potential, she has great mobility, she has true damage, she has millions of shields against specific damage types enemy has. Like, I love the champion, and honestly, the changes they bring to her probably can make her relevant once again, because Camille is kinda out of meta recently. Like, every single time I see Camille, almost always she was useless, but now with these changes, well, I can see Camille being played again. It's not like what makes her broken, but it's definitely something that can help her to survive difficult matchups, skill-based matchups, like against Jax, for example, or Fiora. Darius, Q mana cost decreased. Not much, only 5 mana. Hidden based on missing health per target, 13% per target, up to maximum of 39%, 15% for... Well, that's something that Darius mains would enjoy. Obviously, that's not something that makes Darius broken. However, Darius mains might enjoy this one. And the mana cost on Q is so fucking low. Like, 25 for such a spell. Like, 25 for a spell that applies your passive, that does true damage, and pretty much can clear the entire wave. I mean, not at level 1, okay, at level 9 of the spell you max it, so, I mean at level 9 of the champion, level 5 of the spell, so 45 mana, but still, it's fairly cheap. Passive, armor reduction is increased by 5%. Honestly, whatever. It makes sense considering what current league is running through, however, it's whatever. But Darius mains would definitely be happy. I don't think this is a game changer for people who don't one-trick Darius, but those who love to one-trick Darius, who prefer Darius over other top laners, they would definitely be happy about that, because that's something. Well, and we're coming to the most exciting change in this patch, I believe. Ezreal is getting kinda solid amount of buffs, I would say. Plus 5% AD scaling on his Q. I wouldn't say that's too much. However, I feel like Riot want to experiment with his Q scaling. And yeah, I mean, they want to make him stronger. They just straight up say, we want to see Ezreal stronger. However, I believe the main issue why they decided to buff Ezreal, because after Cyril the Grudge was changed, Ezreal's win rate dropped drastically. Champion just feels different now. W, Essence Flux. AD scaling is increased by a lot, holy moly, 40%. Wow. 40%, dude. 40% is a fucking a lot. And you can cooldown it, no? Yeah, as far as I remember, you can cooldown it when you're hitting Q. I mean, reduce the cooldown. Plus 20% on ulti. And the flat damage is increased too, that's so nice. Also, like, I really love the part that Riot Games started to kinda partially buff the champion, you know what I mean? Like, they're not buffing all the numbers, they don't buff his level 6 ulti, and that's really nice to see. But they buff his late game ulti because his late game ulti fucking sucks, because people use it as well, basically as farsight alteration, basically to reveal the map, to scout something, but not as a tool to damage to deal damage. People don't value it in the late game, I feel like. And this extra 50 damage plus 20% bonus 80 scaling, well, that's not like too much, right? But well, you can get like what? You can get like plus like total of 200 damage. I mean, combined with these 50 we have already, yeah, something around like 200 damage, I believe, if I did math right. Probably a little less, but overall I love the change. That's good. I don't really want Ezreal being broken because this champion is 8 to deal with if he is strong in the meta. But you know what? If Ezreal is strong, usually it returns trash to meta as one of the best champions to deal with. Fizz, Q damage decreased, W damage decreased. Honestly, I love the changes because Fizz was super strong last patch. However, I'm not sure if that's a solution because I felt like the initial issue wasn't the champion. I feel like the initial issue wasn't the champion. I felt like the issue with Fizz last patch was the items that were added to the game. That's why I'm not sure about the change. I don't understand that Fizz had to be had to get weaker. Let's phrase it like that, right? But at the same time, I feel like we don't really want to nerf the champion that way. I don't feel like that's exactly what we need. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure about this one. Like, seriously. This change is kinda weird. Garen. Damage reduction. Oh. But that's actually fucking massive. Yeah, it's a nerf for late game, but that's actually massive. Well, I mean, that's last spell to max. You benefit from it before what? Before level 17? Wait. Yeah, you benefit from it before level 17. After level 17, it's kinda a nerf, but it's like nerf of 1 second duration. And the roll is like 2 seconds buff for the most part of the game. That's very solid. That's actually very strong. E. What happened to E? Flat damages are the same. AD scaling is changed, so plus 4%. Plus 4% level 1. Plus 4% level 1. And afterwards, it just gets back to normal. I'm not sure about E. How do they command it? We're attempting to give him a mix of damage and durability with these changes. Nudging him toward Conqueror to access more early dueling power while making his defenses more consistent and easier to learn for him and his opponents. I don't like the courage change. Like, seriously, this is retarded. This is too strong. I feel like with this buff, they had to increase the cooldown of the spell, like at least like 2-3 extra seconds, because 4 seconds at all ranks is just too strong, man. It's basically the spell is 2 times stronger than it was earlier before what? Before level 14. Nah, before level 13, before you start before level 13, before you start leveling up W. Wait, why did I say? Nah, actually level 14. Yeah, level 14. It's just too strong. Gragas. Armor and health growth increased, our cooldown decreased. Point to armor. I mean, this is kinda whatever. Cooldown reduction on ulti is actually solid. That's actually very solid. Honestly, I played one game with Gragas this patch. That was Gragas jungle, and it was quite useless. It was quite useless. I'm not sure if that was an issue in the player or in the champion. I feel like, in fact, the meta is kinda bad for the champion now. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong probably because I haven't seen enough Gragas players yet. Gwen. Passive damage increased. Wait. Which micro patch? They didn't say a word about micro patch. I mean, about Gwen micro patch. I mean, Gwen was kinda broken last patch, that's for sure. Oh, I mean, kinda whatever. I mean, it will help you a little against tanks, but that's it. That's not like something that makes Gwen like too strong. Like, yeah, Gwen was cool because of Riftmaker, because Nasher Tooth is kinda solid now. But it's not about the champion, I feel like it's mostly about the items. I don't feel like it's about the champion. However, I love the champion in general. She's actually a great example of correct design of League of Legends champions. At least that's how I feel it. However, her W is actually AIDS to deal with. It's like one of the worst spells in the game in terms of how stupid it is, like how annoying it is to play against. Wait, E cooldown decreased, EQ fleet duration now increases with rank. That's cool. That's cool. E cooldown decreased. Oh, so they overall decrease the subject cooldown. I mean, it's kind of whatever, I guess. I mean, as far as I remember, you've been maxing Q into E as Hui. As far as I remember. So roughly you will feel it around like what, like level 10? But honestly, 0.5 seconds 0.5 seconds at max level of spell, kinda meh. Illaoi. Base mana increased, okay, that's solid. 50 mana for Illaoi, it's actually very good. Mana growth increased, okay. Health, okay. Missing health upon tentacle hit. 4.5 missing health, 5% of missing health. Man, this girl is strong. I mean, her item build kinda sucks now. I really loved the Illaoi last season because you could just rush Gauntlet and Tabes and you've been okay. You've been okay. Now you need to build like damage items. Like Divine Sky and stuff like that, I believe, is your item to build. But overall, I really love the champion. And honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea to buff Illaoi because, well, people who play against Illaoi, they would understand me. I don't really think the champion needs a buff. I don't really think the champion needs a buff. She needs proper items to play the game with, but overall the champion is actually very strong. Like, actually very strong. And the main thing why she's super strong at lower brackets, because people don't really know how to play against her. That's the main thing. They don't understand her spells, I'm pretty sure. Jax, E damage decreased. Minus 15. Scaling. Oh, they nerf scaling as well. 3.5% of target's maximum health. Note, maximum damage values are still 2x the minimum damage values. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. That's actually a very interesting way to nerf Jax. Yeah, I mean, I love it. Karma. Base health increased, Q damage increased, E shield strength. No! No. This is retarded. This is retarded with a new item. How it's called? Malignance? I think. Malignance? Wait, I think. Malignance. I think it's called like that. Yeah, with this new item, with Malignance, She's going to be super strong. That's not something that you wanna do. This is very bad. This is actually very bad. I don't love it at all. This is straight up stupid. You don't want to buff Karma. And I'm telling that as someone who plays Karma, like, you don't want to buff Karma. She is okay. Especially if you're AP scaling. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to bring back solo laner Karma. If you want to do something about Karma, you can slightly adjust her towards support role, but the last thing you want to do is buffing solo lane Karma. Karthus, Q damage increased, W magic resist reduction increased. Buffing Karthus is interesting. It's actually interesting. But it makes sense because honestly, in 14.5, 14.1, I barely saw any Karthus players. I think I saw like 2 Karthuses, and both of them had hard times playing the game. I feel like this current meta is not really suitable for Karthus, probably because of how strong lethality items are now. Rumble, Q damage increased, E magic damage resist reduction decreased. Wait. Is that miss typo? I don't understand. They say Q damage increased, but they reduce the damage. Yeah, yeah, damage is reduced. E magic resist reduction reduced as well. That makes sense. I love it because Rumble was just too strong in 14.1. I totally love it. And during the Worlds, it was one of the strongest top laners, if not the strongest champions in general. Rumble was picked as a power pick to lane pretty much against anything on top lane. Every single time there was a suitable moment to it, so pretty much any game when it wasn't banned, so it makes total sense to it. Shen, base attack damage increased. What fucking ever, 4AD won't make any change. Timo, E damage decreased, R charge time increased. Makes sense, once again, because people were spamming Malignance last patch, and they buffed his damage on E last patch, so they kinda... Wait. Oh, they reduced the scaling. The flat numbers remain the same, they reduced the scaling. Huh, interesting. I mean, E is kinda whatever. The main thing that Timo mains will suffer from is his ulti, however, with Malignance, it's going to be alright, I feel like. But 5 seconds? 5 seconds is probably too much. 5 seconds is probably too much, actually. Because keep in mind that you can stack them up in your like in your skill set. You can just stack them up and wait till they stack up and prepare an objective, right? Now it will be much harder because the cooldown is longer by 5 seconds for each room, not for like for all shrooms to be stacked up, but for each room it's plus 5 seconds. So it's kinda a strong nerf. I'm not sure if that's a good thing to do with Timo, because the champion is not... I mean, last patch it was popular, but in season 13, I wouldn't say it was any popular, to be honest. Yeah, there were Timo mains. Yeah, there were like random Timo players from time to time, but it's not like champion was too strong or something. TF, multiple adjustments to support more itemization options. Okay. Attack speed is reduced, attack speed growth is reduced. Makes sense considering that his E is changed. Whoa, so many changes actually. Critical strikes now roll an additional 6-sided die that is weighted towards... weighted towards 1 rather than 6. Critical strikes now roll an additional 6-sided die that is weighted towards 1 rather than 6. What the heck? Am I missing something? Last time I was checking TF's passive, TF was giving you gold. I mean, TF passive was giving him gold. That's like additional gold or what? Once again, phrasing is weird. Wild cards, AD scaling is added, and that's cool. That's cool. They want to encourage you to play ADTF. And ADTF was fairly strong a couple of years ago. I remember with Stratforce, it was quite solid, and honestly, I can see ADTF being a thing with something like Battlezone King and Triforce, or like Triforce into this Terminus item. I can see it being a good thing, honestly. Uh, ooh. Ooh, critical strike multiplier on his blue. Ooh. So it's not like you wanna build only attack speed TF. You actually wanna make it like a combination of like crit TF with Kraken Slayer. Your adjustments. Locking in a card now resets Twisted Fate's auto attack. Wow! So it's not only reset. Earlier it was resetting, like it was giving you extra auto. Yeah, like it was basically giving you a reset of auto attack, and you were doing like another auto attack with your W. Now it's like just another. Now it's like W and auto attack timer reset, so you can do like auto W auto real quick and get stuck deck like super quickly if I get it right. Picard now affects inhibitors and then. Cool! Actually, cool! Bonus attack speed is increased massively. Holy shit, 60%, dude. I played one game against ADTF and he entered the game terribly, but probably the guy didn't know what he does. 75% AD... 75%? That's massive. That's actually gigantic. That's super strong. That's broken. 75% is too strong. It's actually too much. Stuck deck now affects towers at 50% effectiveness. TF's deck now becomes fully stuck on spawn. Man, I love the changes. I actually want to play TF myself to test what can be done with the champion. I don't understand that I might think myself a couple of games, but man, this is not 75% bonus AD. That's crazy. That's so much. Vigor. Bonus health increased. Whatever. Like seriously. Whatever. Yeah, 30 HP is definitely going to save him against assassins, guys. Yeah. Good solution. Actually good solution. Blood Song. Cool. That's cool. That's actually very smart. This item was cancer broken on its release. This item is actually retarded. And I personally feel like it should be further nerfed. Not only 10% to melee and 6% to ranged, probably like 7% to melee and like 3% to ranged or something, or 3.5% for ranged. I feel like this item is just broken. Experimental Hex Blade. Basically less reliance on your ulti activation and more stats itself. It's a buff. I feel like it's a buff to the item. Frozen Heart. Total cost is increased to 2400. That's good. That's good because the item was just too strong. I don't feel like it entirely kills the concept of Frozen Heart Rush for champions like Bard, for example, or Malphite in case of heavy AD comps, for example. If you get like, let's say, Bami's Cinder into like boots into Frozen Heart, it could be a thing. It could be a thing. The item is still great. Horizon Focus. Hyper Shot and Focus range requirement. Range is reduced from 700 to 600. Passive Focus AoE reveal radius from 1200 units to 1400 units. I mean, quality of life change. Not much to say about this item. I don't feel like Horizon Focus will be a priority for anyone over like new broken items, because new items just feel better than Horizon Focus. PD. They change a recipe to it. Hardbound X, Cloak of Agility plus 1k gold into Zeal, Rectrix, and 800 gold. I mean, it has Zeal again, but honestly, whatever. Item remains the same. Rift Maker, price is increased by 100. That's cool because this item is just too strong. I feel like the item is too strong. As the downside, the majority of the champions who build Riftmaker are fairly weak early on, aside from Mordekaiser, but yeah, it makes sense because Riftmaker itself as an item was kind of broken, especially on champions like Vladimir as well. When he has Riftmaker, he becomes like very, very durable. It's very difficult to kill him. Seal Sigil. Total cost is reduced by 100. So they want to make Steel Sigil a competitor to Serrated Dirk, I believe. Could be, could be. The item is not that bad itself, stats-wise, so it kind of makes sense to me. Storm Surge. Ability power is used by 10. And the passive scaling on it is... the scaling on the passive is reduced as well for both melee and range champions. 10%, but actually 10% for melee, it kinda hurts. So probably Akali is not that broken anymore, because Akali loved this item badly. But that's smart move, because I feel like this item was just too strong, if Storm Surge is just too powerful, no one would ever take a look at Horizon Focus or other varieties of item builds. People just autopilot into Storm Surge and that's it, so that's smart move. Stride Breaker. Attack speed is increased by 5%, price cost is reduced by 100. Garen might love it. Champions like Set as well in the description might love it. Is it a better solution for bruisers than Divine Sky, for example? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. But some champions like Fiora, Garen, Set, they might definitely love it in certain situations now. Support items. One at a time. The gold penalty now applies globally to anyone who has a support item in their inventory. Additionally, every champion with a support item now contributes towards hitting the minion penalty. That's great. That's actually great to kill this meta of playing double supports, triple supports, basically two top, two supports on bot lane. That's a great move. I already played one game where the guy didn't read the patch notes and just tunneled into buying support item on ADC. Well, spoiler, he didn't get his first part of the quest, so like 500 gold stacked, done by 25 minutes into the game. So, well, this meta is basically killed. When you've been spamming double support items, this meta is just killed. So you don't want to play it anymore. And be careful, as support player, be careful with last hitting too many minions, because the penalty is actually rough now. Like, if you're last hitting too often, you will delay your quest by a lot now. So probably sometimes you got to give up minions instead of just last hitting them. Bounty adjustments. Bounty gold. 20 to 80% of a player's bounty is reduced depending on a team gold deficit. So 30 to 90% of players' bounty is reduced depending on a team gold deficit. Huh. Interesting. I love that they don't give up the idea of bounties and they keep working on this one. That's cool. Infernal Drake adjustments. Ability haste per Infernal Cinder 0.3 to 0.6. That's cool. That's cool because now it makes much more sense in collecting these Infernal Cinders, because 0.3, it's kind of a joke. Like, what is one ability haste? Is whatever. It's like whatever, and you need to collect 3 cinders to get one ability haste, and basically 7 to get 2. It's kind of cringe. Now you need to collect 4 to get 2.25, basically, to get actually 2.2. And that's only 4, right? Let's say if you collect 10. 10 is already 5 ability haste for free. 5 ability haste for free? Actually 6 ability haste for free. That's roughly 300 gold. 300 gold for free is not bad. It's like a free kill. So yeah, I mean, that's cool. RAM balance changes are whatever. Practice pool or whatever. Alright, not much to say about this patch anymore. Honestly, this patch is super interesting. new skin line is actually super cool too. I already played against this Grand Payaso, and it feels actually very nice. Like you know, guys, as someone who plays this game since 2011, imagining the fact that we will have skins like that in the game is kind of nuts. Because I remember old skins, they were fucking ugly comparing to this masterpiece. Like this is super nice piece, and I remember back in the days when the best skin was something like, I don't know, uh, like Ice Toboggan Corky or something. Yeah, skins changed drastically, and it's cool. It's cool. I love the way how they developed the art in League of Legends. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for listening, guys, and see you next patch. Bye.